Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Throughout its 50-year history, one of the first modifications many Mustang owners did when they buy their car is change the exhaust system. The 2015 is no different. The exhaust isn't bad from the factory, but it has a very mellow sound and would definitely benefit from something a little more aggressive. So today we're going to remove our factory exhaust system and replace it by this Ford Racing by Borla Sport Cat-Back. Ford Racing teamed up with Borla produced this stainless steel Cat-Back bolt-on exhaust system fitting your 2015 Mustang. It starts with a true X-pipe through a set of mandrel bent tailpipes, ending a set of Borla mufflers and a set of polished 4.5-inch Ford Racing tips. This is a direct bolt-on for your 2015 Mustang, requires no cutting for installation. Before we begin the installation, we're going to do some sound clips of the factory exhaust so you have a baseline to go off of. Again, not terrible sounding for a factory system, but we definitely can do better. For this installation, we need a lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 13mm deep socket, 15mm deep socket, 6-inch extension, and safety glasses. We'll start by giving you a quick overview of the factory exhaust system found on the 2015 Mustang. It's similar in some ways, but it's a lot different than the previous models. The catalytic converters probably look similar. On the passenger side, it does bolt on. The driver's side, the catalytic converter is actually part of the exhaust header. Makes for a very unique combination if you're trying to go with an off-road pipe. It goes back through a normal pipe here into this large, we'll call it a resonator, muffler, whatever you want to call it. It's massive, it's probably heavy, and it definitely is restricting the sound as well as the flow of our exhaust system. After that, it comes back into the tailpipes, which look very different on this car because it's independent rear suspension. The old pipes would go over the axle. With the IRS, they're going to go underneath into a set of Ford, we'll call it a typical Ford muffler. It looks like a very similar muffler they've used on the previous models. The system is heavy, doesn't flow all that well, and like you said, it doesn't sound very good either. We're going to take it off and install our Ford Racing by Borla. We're going to start by removing the two clamps that bolt the factory Cat-Back to the factory H-pipe. I want to pull these tabs out a little bit, slide our clamp back. Once the front clamps are loose, we move back to the tailpipes. We're going to remove both factory hangers to start removing the tailpipe and muffler. There's two additional hangers on the muffler located on each side. At this point, what you'll need to do is actually slide the exhaust off the H-pipe and then slide it forward to get it off these hangers. You do want help for this part. The factory exhaust is all one piece and it's quite heavy. So you need an extra set of hands to slide it back and remove it. You'll need to get 4 pieces off the factory Cat-Back we're going to use for our new installation. First is the sleeves up here, then the factory hangers as well. Now we'll put the factory clamps onto our new Ford Racing X-pipe and put it up into place on our factory H-pipe. Now we'll snug these nuts up. You don't have to have them all the way tight, just get them snug so they don't move. Before we put the tailpipe into place, you want to reinstall the factory hanger. Make sure the hook goes towards the body. Once you have a hanger, make sure you have a clamp in place. Now the same process with the passenger side. Now we'll reinstall the hanger bolts. Now we can tighten the clamps at the X-pipe. Again, get them snug. They don't have to be all the way tight just yet. Now we install the mufflers. Make sure you put a clamp on first. I'm going to go up into the hanger and then turn it into place. Once you have the muffler where you want it, then we can tighten up our clamp. Now we'll repeat the process on the passenger side. And then go back through and tighten the rest of the clamps and your installation's finished. Now, of course, the part you're really looking for is how it sounds. Huge improvement over the stock exhaust. It's a real aggressive sound, exactly what we were looking for our 15. Now we'll do some driving with our Ford Racing by Borla Cat-Back. Inside the car, you can actually hear its aftermarket. It's got a nice tone to it, but it's not overly loud. Definitely is not stock, but not bad at all for normal driving. Let's take it for a spin. I was always a fan of the Ford Racing by Borlas on the previous Mustangs, and I gotta say I love it on the 15. It's got a real nice aggressive tone outside the car, but when you're driving, it sounds nice. It's got a nice tone to it, but not overly loud inside the cabin for sure. Installation is pretty straightforward, probably will take you around an hour. You'll be back on the road in no time.